Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and you know me, I like little gadgets and little 3D projects, and I've been doing a couple these past couple of weeks. So I'm going to show you this thing. It's so cute. You can keep it in your handbag. This will hold about 25 little, you can go as large as 3 by 4. Sorry, should I say 3 by 4. But some of the sections, it opens up. You've got a magnet closure. Love this. Missing you these days, meaning that you could send this to somebody you haven't seen for a while. Just pop in a load of little photos and it'd make a perfect little purse gift. Put that in your purse or your handbag, you know, or your wallet as you call them in America. Bless your soul, I love it. But what a great little gift. It's made from one sheet of 12 by 12 and your favourite designer series paper. Now I've been using this. I did want to put this little thing I made. It looks like a little fish tank, but it's a little bit too big and a little bit too wide for this. But isn't that cute? I made a little fish tank with some acetate, but it's a little bit on the big side. So this paper is by the Bay, and I know it's retired, but this is a great way as well of using up older designer series paper. So it's got a little magnet underneath here and here, a place for a photo here, and the back as well. I'll show you these in a sec. But it opens out 3 folds. So let's count the photos. I mean, you could get 2 small, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, or nice 2" by 3" photo. But you've got space for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I can make this wider. This was just a spare piece, but I can make this fit the hole inside. So you'd have 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, again 14 15. See, this one is wider. I should have done that with that one. I was just using up some extra designer series paper, but you can use cardstock if you want. This is a little bit on the thin side, but it does fit. It's just Gaynor's got clumsy hands. I can't remember the lady's name who saw make this, but I think she did it for a blog hop about 6 years ago. But I made one of these, but it was 3 large ones. So where it's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and then 2 little 2 by 2s. If that ever made that a little bit bigger. 28, 20, up to 29 photos, and depend, or you can just use these and put cards in. I mean, this is the wrong colour, this is the card, and these are the colour, but look, I mean, you could add a piece of designer series paper, use it as a little tuck spot, tuck that in, and you've got another place for 2 more photos, as well as this one. I've just used little tickets, but it's literally one sheet of 12 by 12. And it's brilliant, and everything folds up from the bottom. You could trim it down so it folds down from the top, but look, you can even get these little panelled areas, and there's no extra. This is from the panel from this side, and this is the panel from this side, but you can just utilize it. You can add more little pockets. I just kept mine pretty plain, and I think it's really cute to put in your, like I say, your wallet, your handbag, your purse as you call them. So I'm going to show you how to make this. I've got myself some cardstock to make some little, I've made 4 of these. I've done 2 with the laced edge, and I've done 2 with the ticket punch edge. I don't have to use this colour. I've got, with the cards DSP I'm using this time, it's called Inked Botanicals, and it's only 6 by 6, and you need 16 3x4s, and you can get that out of 8 sheets of paper. And it gives you all these leftovers to make other, you can make little fold away journaling spots, because you can write on the backs. You could turn these into pockets, you could angle these the pocket size. I've used 2 lots of paper and used 2 sheets of each. So what's that then? 1, oh no, the 4 sheets. Yeah, so I used 2 patterns, you get 4 of each, and these are all my leftover bits. And the paper, it matches up with Lost Lagoon, Crushed Curry, Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, and the things are right in front of me. Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. But I haven't fetched any. I might find some somewhere in my. So I mean, that was easy. I literally got 4 sheets and did them on my guillotine, my little one at that. So it took me two minutes to cut them all out. I've left these whole because we can cut these down as we go along. So we're going to make little pockets, we're going to make little photo mats, and maybe some stamping. I've got my little ovals out. I love this. Like I'm saying, it's perfect. You don't have to use this saying, which is from the Vertical Blooms, which is still in your main catalogue. I just thought, if you're missing somebody, send them a little batch of photographs. Way to go. And what a great little present. You could add Christmas papers even. So this is the thing we're going to make. Extras, little extra bits. These are all about my scraps bin, so I'm not wasting anything. I've already cut mine to size. I'll show you in a minute, because we're going to do it on. I've used this. Now this is Bumblebee, and I know it doesn't. Let me see if I can find Bumblebee. I do have a piece of Crushed Curry somewhere. This is crushed. That's Daffodil Delight. That's Bumblebee. I've got some somewhere. Is that it? No. I did have a piece of Crushed Curry. I could have swore that was Crushed Curry. Oh yeah, that's the Crushed Curry. This is the Bumblebee. It's not too bad of a match, but one's slightly darker. This one's darker. This is Bumblebee. So I just thought, why not use your scraps that I only got this in 12x12. I didn't have any of the Crushed Curry in 12x12. I mean, I got this. I got the Magenta Madness, the Just Jade, the Bumblebee, and the Cinnamon Cider, I think it is. But I had lots of 12x12 paper left. So, it's so simple. I've got 2 little magnets, which I've already had. Let me pop this out of the way. It's doing my hair. I got 2 little tiny magnets, and I've already added a glue dot on either side. They're a little bit on the thicker side, but they're very strong. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to literally, it's so simple. We're going to score this at, on the one side, 4 inches and 8 inches. And I'm going to flip it over because we fold it both ways. I'm going to score it both ways. So 4 inches and 8 inches, and we are going to take a little tiny slither off this, but not yet. So now you're going to turn it to, you're going to leave your vertical lines that way, so you've turned it 90 degrees, and now we're going to score it 2.5. And once we've cut down these sides in a moment, we're going to go back in and do some more scoring, but only on this section. As you can see, I've rolled mine, so I've scored mine every 1/8 of an inch instead of having a square end like this. Because if you add more photos, you've got the bulk instead of trying to score that a little bit fatter and this a little bit thinner. So I rolled mine, so once I got it all in place, and all I did was just flexi. So it's like a roll binder. Do you remember those roll binders? And it just, we're going to go and do that scoring in a moment. So we've done this at 2.5. we're going to do this next one at 5.5 and 5 3/4, and then we're going to go to 8 3/4. Oops, that come off the line. Need some wax paper, and then 9. And again, I'm just going to flip it over, and quickly I'm going to do 2.5, 5.5, 5 3/4, 8 3/4, and 9. That way we have got all our score lines. So this is my 2.5 inch section. So I'm just going to grab, and I'm going to cut up. And what I do is I just snip either side just to take away the score line, because if I fold that now across there, it's over the score line. So just literally go back in, and as careful as possible, just take off that tiny little score line, and it just helps everything to close better. I'm going to do the same on this side as well. So I'm going to cut just before the score line. I normally use bigger scissors, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take away the score line. I'm going to flick that over, and you can tell it's the tiniest little piece. I will clip that up straight. I mean, look, you've barely taken a piece off it. I don't know what's up with my lighting, it just doesn't want to shine bright. So we're gonna fold our pieces across, making sure they are just slightly below that score line, and burnish. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put it back in, keep your 2.5 inches this side, and I'm going to come at 2 3/8, 2 1/4, 2 1/8. So I've got that rippled effect. Right, let's take this scoreboard away. Now, I've already cut mine to size, so I'm going to scribble on this one with pencil, just so you can see where we're going to cut and what we're going to remove. But what we're going to do is, because this will put your 2.5 inch side, like I'm saying, all I did was just fold this back and forth. You can score and you can penetrate each score line. I just wanted to roll it, and you can just gently force them down. This is going to fold across here, and we're going to scalpel the edge. This one we fold across here and scalpel the edge. Now I'm going to just grab my trimmer. So turn your 2.5 inch side to the bottom, and we're going to take a tight, because if you fold that up, it's going to interrupt with the score line because it's the same length. So literally put it in, and you're going to take about a 1/16 of an inch off the width of this trimmer. So you've got your line in the center. You've got your line in the center. So just literally put it on and level it off with that black line. Fold it down, and we're literally taking a slither. I mean, that's a 1/16 of an inch. That's all you want to do. But you have to make sure this is the bit that closes in the center here. Make sure you cut the bottom piece off, and then it's so simple. You can go and score. I'll grab my pencil, I can find it. It's hiding in my tub. So this little score line is 1/4 inch. You're going to score down this. Let me get a ruler. I did mine on my trimmer and it turned out great. So cut down to the first score line, and at the bottom to the bottom score line, and then squidgy over to the second score line, and down to the first score line and to the last score line, and you're going to remove that middle section only at the top and bottom. There and there, and then you're going to do exactly the same on this side as well. So top and bottom, down to the first score line, and then down to the last. I mean, you can do this in sections. I did mine, like I say, on the trimmer. And then what I did then, I folded these back and just cut along. Down to the first score line, bottom score line, and then remove. So I'm just gonna show you. I'll just show you one. It's so simple. So you're going to remove, and then what you're going to do is going to turn this, so that's your closure, and you're going to take that 1/16 of an inch right off this bottom piece. You can do it at the top, but that means then you'd have to fold your tops up and then your bottom, because see, now you're not against that score line. So let me just grab my trimmer and just show you one. So you can see your score lines. Literally line your score line up on your track, come to 4 inches, and then up, and then move your score line along. You can use scissors. I think it's just neater using the trimmer, and then come down to 4 inches. And then what I did, fold this back, line this up with your back piece, line that up, and you can see that it goes over the score line this way. I mean, I should have done the bottom. And then I'm just going to fold that across, because we're going to cut up the rest as well. And then you can easily snip that little piece off, and you've got the perfect edge. And you can cut up both of them and cut across, but I just think using the trimmer for me was a lot easier. So let me just do this one with scissors and show you. If you don't get it straight, unless you use a ruler like I've just done, because I can never see the score lines. So apart from when it was laid on the trimmer, and then I scoop that up and scoop this up. See, I don't get a very good finish, whereas that side's perfect. This side looks a bit rough, if you know what I mean. So if you want to, it's not too bad, but see how the bumps are where you've cut down with the scissors, whereas this one you get a really smooth edge. Bumps. So let's put this. This is, don't forget, this is our flap. So this folds up, and I like to do that because we've trimmed. Now this folds over because we've taken that tiny fraction off this. So this folds up, and then this folds up perfectly, and then you will use your score lines, but we have got the perfect gusset. And if you do the same on that one and the same on that one. So let me show you my finished piece. So I've cut up mine, and I've taken that little tiny trim off this side. So mine, these are all the flaps. So that's what you want really in the end. You've got the tiniest slither off, then these will fold over. These will fold over, and then this will fold up, and this will not interrupt because you've removed a little section off the bottom. So it'll all fold up nice and neat, roll together, and then like I'm saying, this section I just went back and forth because the more you fill this, or if you don't fill it too full and you press that down, you've still got your rippled effect. And then all I did then was just come in, oh, that didn't corner around very well, corner rounded the corners, and there is this little tiny purse. Isn't that cute? So I've got my little lace. Is this, I don't know which one this, I think it's the lace one. So let me open this back out. These two, I'm going to use these as side pockets. You can trim them to the corner if you want to, and trim that one from that corner down to that corner if you want to. It's entirely up to you, but I preferred doing my little lacy border, so I'm just going to do mine upside down because it was the only way I could follow it without losing the trimmer and lose it, because I never seem to line up the next section, but underneath I do it brilliant. And then I can just put that tiny little line in and cut that out, and that has given me my perfect little fold over. So I'm going to add, I scored mine by mistake, so don't worry about that, my paper will cover that. So I can choose to put a piece of paper in there now, and I've cut these to 3 7/8 by 2 7/8, and then I can glue this down. You don't have to, you can just use a piece of this, cut a little strip off, and that way you're not using a whole piece. Maybe that piece, look, oh look at that, I only have to cut a little fraction off that, and I've got that as my cover. That could be my underneath piece maybe, or this would look nice with the leaves. You've got flowers and leaves. Isn't that a pretty, oh that's really pretty. So flowers, leaves, and then you can make yourself, like I have done, one of these little tickets, and I cut that 1/4 of an inch smaller all around, so it fits once we've glued it down. So we'll come to this in a minute. So I'm going to use this one again on this side, but what a great way to use up old designer series papers, and what a wonderful little gift to give to somebody. I'm going to slide that in, give that and put it straight in the middle. I've got a little tiny bit on the end now. Perfect. Now I've got those now, my 2 edge pieces. Let me grab those out of the way because they're sprawled everywhere. So with the center one, I might leave those 3 plain, and then this one I might chop that down and then run this and do a little pocket, so we got a shorter piece. Or I could open that out, get myself a little piece and do a pink pocket. So that is the width is 2 7/8, and let's do this by 2 inches, and we can add a little pocket. Oh, it's a little bit short, so I might do this 3 inches. Don't worry, because it won't go to waste. So let's do 3 inches, because each panel is 3 by, oh there we go, is 3 by 4. So I can put a 2-inch panel in there, maybe go and do my ticket or my lacy top, or I can put a smaller one in there now, just so I can put a little photo map. So I might use a little one. So let's pop that to one side because that's smaller. And where's my pencil? keep putting it away. So, and we're just going to write 3 inches and do it lightly, and do that on 3 inches. That way I know I could add a little pocket this side. Let's see what other colour cardstock I've got. I've got some Calypso Coral. Maybe I could do a 3x4 and then cut that down to one side. So let's do that. So let's do 3 inches, because I know it's just roughly 4 inches wide. Oh, look at that, perfect. So that's 3x4, but then we could cut this corner to corner. I can make myself a little tuck spot. Maybe I'll trim a tiny little bit off there, but I've got another little tuck spot. And then I could add one in here. Just take a tiniest little slither off the side so they're not poking out the top. So I'm making myself my little tuck spots and pockets first. A tiny slither off both. That way they're not poking out the top. And then it's entirely up to yourself. So we can add one this way. Give yourself a tiny little tuck spot that way. Isn't that cute? Glue this side by side. Then we could have, maybe that one could be a tuck spot. But we've got 2 tuck spots, so I'll have this one as a tuck spot. And I'll have this one as a deep pocket. And I think I'll go small pocket up there. But you could add something on everything, bulk it out really much, and you would still, that way the more pockets and tuck spots, you've got 2 sides to your paper, so that would tuck in there, so you could have a little fold on both sides, or a fold one side and a little joining spot the other. So let's ticket punch my little pocket. I'm going to turn it around because that one looks a little bit rough on that end. And I'm only using the colours that coincide with the cardstock. And I can put that straight in the bin. And now I don't even have to cover this up. I can now glue that tiny little pocket. But first of all, before we add anything anyway, I wonder if I could do that on this side. Let's see if oh, there goes my wire, fell down. I don't want that dangling everywhere, do we? Otherwise that'll intrude on my video. Oh, look at it. Gaynor's having wiring problems tonight. Right, so let's just top this to one side. I'll leave that there. I wonder if I can get that lovely little pattern on here. It might. I might just be able to get it. Oh, that's cute. Oh, look at that weird ending. Look, if you get little bits on your desk, just wet your finger, it soon comes up. So, let's just have a look. Oh, that wouldn't be too bad actually. Maybe I'll just snip that little end off. Round that off. So I've got a cute little side pocket there. It doesn't have to be all the way to the edges. I quite like that actually. What I might do is then put this pocket this way and do the same with this. In fact, let's do the ticket punch this one. Let's see if it works with the ticket punch. Got all bits of paper everywhere. Please bear with me, girly girlies. Oh look, we've even got that little ticket punch that side. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. So you could add a pocket on every side, or we could put these two on the outside on the back. So I've got my little punches. That's so cute. With this one, I'm just gonna see if that works. Oh, look at that, cute little roundage. So we got a nice cute little pocket there as well. Or we could use that. Yeah, no, we'll just glue this side and this side. So I've got little pink dots everywhere on my desk. Right, now we're just gonna go through our beautiful papers that we've cut. I'm going to get all the colours, and if you're not fussed, you can always, you don't have to just pick 4 colours. So let's get, I'm going to add a green in there. I think I might add the yellow polka dot in there, and then I'm going to add the flower on top, but I'm going to use these, I'm going to keep the whole ones. I'm going to use a strip on there, and I'm going to use the green on there. So I'm going to have the stripes. No, I'm going to have the leaves there. Polka dots. Because you don't even have to add a pattern onto this. You can add designer series paper if you want. So green, green, green. That one looks a little bit small, but there we go. Green, green, green. And then we've got green, green. I might do another green in this corner to go with this little pink pocket. It just makes it all stand out lovely. And then we've got colour, colour, colour. Oh wow, that's cute. Colour. I might turn that one to colour. So green, colour, green, green, colour, green, colour, and then green, colour, green. Oh, there we go. That's what we're going to do on the front. So let's get some gluing done. So let's get our label put in first. Our sheet of DSP even. I mean, you could even leave them all plain and use your DSP as your tuck, as your little item for tucking in. So I'm going to make sure I've got a nice border all around. Then I'm going to add my little pocket. So I could have used, like I'm saying, this and cut it down a little bit and just left that as the tuck spot. So I mean, again, I showed it on a last little video I did. You can use washi tape to go around the edges. That way you can get your little ticket all the way in. I've only got black. I don't think I've got any. I think I've got black and grey and green and yellow. Oh, I might have a yellow. But there's my little pocket. Now I've made these, like I'm saying, a little bit smaller, so that will fit in there, but I don't want to actually add this until the glue goes off, in case it dries while it's in there. So we've got a little ticket for that one. Let's add, I mean, like I'm saying, you could just add that on there and then use this as your tuck in piece. but you'd have to cut it down. I'm liking the fact that I've got that pattern. I can always go back to my designer series paper and choose 3 different pieces for the outside. So I'm making sure I've got a nice little border all the way around, and then I can glue my little piece down. But once you've got your designer series paper cut, you can make your little pockets up as you go along, or your little tuck spots. I can even use some to make a little belly band. I could do a belly band on the top one because I know it's not going to fall out when it's opened up because of and your little magnets will go on. I'm just going to put them there. Hopefully they stick roughly in the center, because this one magnet is going to go under this one at the back. So let's turn this green. Oh, I got a wee dribbly nose. And I've just realised what I've done. So let's put that one in there because I wanted the yellow one. And I've just glued on the wrong piece. So yellow is going to go inside there. I know it's going to look a bit out of place, but once we've got a little ticket in there, maybe I'll use the spots instead. So let's use the spots because that's got a bit more white in there. But as for decoration, you can do anything you want. So I'm going to keep my, this one is a little bit close to the edge, but no one's going to see that when I glue this down. So I'm going to grab my glue and just glue up the side. And then I'm going to fold this over, making sure it's nice and level at the bottom. I don't want to press too hard because it might ooze out. So I'm just gently doing that. So this section now, I will need to cut this at 2 inches. So I've already got my long strip. So that is 3 7/8 because our card is 4 by 2 inches. Now I don't mind throwing that piece, but keep these. So my little layering piece is just going to sit on there. Beautiful. You're just using leftovers. So I'm going to just pop that along the edge there so I can see the edge and not go over. Give myself a nice little tiny border there. Cute. And again, I'm going to use a little ticket to go in there once it's dried, but I'm going to make one out of this. So I'm going to do this 2 3/4, which it is, and I'm going to do this by 3 1/2 to compensate for the space, top and bottom. And that will fit in there. May take that down to 2 1/2 as well, because we don't want them too big, but you can still get a little 2 by 2 picture and some, you can get a 2 by 2 picture on there and a little journaling spot underneath. So I'm just going to leave that on the, will that fit in there? Let me do a ticket. Let's do a ticket edge on this side. Get that clogged up. I mean, you could add some designer series paper. You could even do some stamping on that little ticket there. You could add some flowers, some little flat flowers. But look, we've got the Calypso Coral, the Lost Lagoon, the Petal Pink. Now I'm going to add that in there. I mean, you can add a different piece of designer series paper on every little piece. That is your project. You decide what you want and just have a ball with it. So let's get our leafy green in here and we can glue down our other little pocket. Love it. And you can do what I've done, just do a two-tone section. Now we're going to glue this section down. Just hold my little flap. Fold that across and we're just going to gently manipulate this into staying in place. I do have a little bit of over zealousment with my glue, but as long as I don't close it until it's all dry. I mean, like this, I can fold this piece of designer series paper in half, give that a burnish, got my lovely little end punch. Pop that in and do that to both sides, and I've got myself a little journal ticket to pop inside there, or we can flick it round the other way and we've got our little tuck spot to add there. And again, I'm going to use one of these sections, and this is 2 7/8 by 2 inches. Keep the little square, and then we're going to add this right on there. Shows our pockets up. And if you don't want these to stand up, cut another piece out of a different piece of cardstock and layer it over the top. And that way it stands out a different colour. So let's just make sure we got that laid on. I've got a little ticket piece. We've already got the green, so let's glue this one down. These are our little photo maps. You could even journal on these. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a sniffle. My keto flu is kicking in. I'm following a keto diet, so it's giving me a dribbly nose. So let's get some of these papers picked up because it looks a bit like it's too much colour going on. Just while that's better. Clearing the path. And then I'll show you how many I used. So, green, 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 pattern, green. Because I've used this pattern quite a bit now, I might just pick some cute little, I don't know what's wrong with that piece. It doesn't want to lay down. That's better. I mean, I could trim that both ends and use that as a belly band. Oh, let's do that. I'm going to add this on this section now. Just a very thin line of glue. Let's turn this about. Just lift that up and give that a, make sure it's all nice and straight. mean, you could stamp on these beforehand. You could leave them plain. Let's do this. Let's glue this down because it's the last piece to glue down. Just for now, until we decide what we're doing on the backs. I love this cute little pattern. And then our pink piece, and like I'm saying, we could do another top spot there. Let's see if I can get it to work, because I've always got more pink card there. Oh, that's a little weird shape, isn't it? Maybe that won't do as a belly band. Oh wait, but I don't mind. You literally have to just glue this tip and this tip. Yeah, why not? Let's just put a little blob of glue there and a little bob of glue there. And let's put this roughly in the center. And I've got some little clips. I'm just going to keep these in place. I know it doesn't take long for this to go off, but it's the tiniest little bit of glue. Whilst we make another little card. So let's do this 2.5 by 3 and let's do 3 3/4. Let's just hold that against there. Oh, look at that. And oh, I don't know. No, let's go 2 and 3.5 again. I do like those dimensions. Nigees, the ladies. Is, oh, might have to go a little bit smaller. So they are now glued on. I think her name's Nigees, and I think she's, yeah, I'm going to do that a little bit narrower. What do we do that? 2.5, let's do 2 1/4. Let's even this up by 3 1/4, and we've still got space to add a 2 by 2 fold and a little bit of journaling. Oh, there we go, we've got a cute little tuck spot now. You can add some decoration, you can add some designer series paper. So I've got a little pocket there for that ticket to go in there. Isn't that cute? We've got a ticket. We need 2 more little tickets to go in there. Let's choose white this time. We've got some thicker white cardstock here. Let's do... That is 2.5, that's perfect, by 3.5. And we can add a little photo mat in there. This one again, I think this one's slightly smaller. Oh no, this one is over 2. Oh, this is 2 1/4. That's perfect. And we'll do this by 3.5. And we got a little ticket. We can add a little ticket in there as well. Might chop that one down. I'm gonna just pop this one in there, and I'm gonna tuck that one behind there, just so the white sticks out as well as the yellow right along the edge. I got more white here. I could add another little one there. So let's do this again. 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let's do. You can decorate these up. I just want them to lay in there just to add a little bit more contrast. Maybe I could even use that as a little. So what's that piece? That is 2 1/4. So let's turn this down to 2 inches then. And then that can be glued right in the center there. Oh, that will give it a nice contrast. You can stamp a message on there then. Just to add a bit more extra contrast. Isn't that cute? You can put a little photo, a camera photo on there as well and slide that in there. That is cute. I'm loving the white against that. I might matte that one later as well, so that's got white on. Love the white against the yellow. So fold these up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and because it's bulky now, I'm going to take the backing off my glue dot, and I'm just going to make sure I don't want it to be tight. And now I can squeeze my little magnets. I know you can see the impression, but now I can add a piece of designer series paper and hide that magnet, and then I would need 2 pieces for there. So I'm going to love and leave you here actually, because you don't really need to see me decorate every last little piece of this. And that's clipped on there beautiful. So I needed another 9 pieces. Let's just get my little choppy bits out of the way. I've got another 4 tickets there. Let's see how many pieces I got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6. Did I need 6? 7 with that one. So 1, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then these smaller pieces can go for my top piece and my underneath piece. Oh look, I'm going to have to add some more tape on that. Let's get a little bit of tape. Peel that off. Just want to balance that on the top. Oops, I got to take the backing off. I don't want it to... Right, there it goes. Let's just see if we can twist that round. There we go. Got my double-sided tape down. Smush that out, and then I'm going to get another piece just to keep this top one in place. Never go amiss having too much tape on. And I will put that on later. But there we go. Just keep decorating these little bits up. I've got my cardstock. I've got my pieces to make my little folder piece. Let me do that. So this was 2. I need that to be 3 7/8. This should be the same width. Oh no, it needs a little fraction taken off at the back. And take another little slither off that. I didn't do it to 2, that's why. Gaynor. Corner round. I think these are cute, these little leaves. And then that, I'm going to duplicate that again then for the inside. So I've got a piece on the inside. So I need 8 pieces for the backings. 2 pieces of this for my little flap, and look how much bulk we've added. I mean, you don't have to add all those little mats if you don't want to, like I didn't, but how cute. But there we go. This is the gist of my little mat and little mini album purse, a little purse album I'm going to call this. I can't remember what the other lady, she just put blog hop. Let me take that piece out of there. So that's going to go on there. I will add my embellishments a little, and then this is how it opens out. And there's not as much bulk on this one because I didn't do as many pockets. But how cute. And then I'll just glue that down quick because it's doing my head in. You've got one with beautiful green leaves. A little bit bulky these. I use flatter ones on this one. But, I mean, cute, isn't it? I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. There we go. So that's the gist of it. So I hope you've enjoyed. Add your little pockets, add your designer series paper, decorate as you will, add some ribbons, add some jewels and gems, add little sentiments even, and there you go. We've got a great little project. Use Christmas papers, send them out for Christmas gifts. Use fall papers for Easter gifts. For fall cards. You can make Easter cards. Yeah, you can do it as an Easter present. You can do it as anything. Birthday present, Easter, Christmas. This is my complete one. This is my half completed one, but I'm loving the colours. So we've got our ocean one and we've also got our colourful one as well. So I hope you like. You've got extra little bits, extra little photo mats. You can use designer series paper like I did on this one here and make it less bulky, but if you don't want to add these little corner pieces, you can take these out to make it less bulky. It's entirely up to you. I just love it. I'm going to finish this one off, and yeah, I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That'd be amazing. Our ideas come from our great Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ, and all glory to him. Come back on the next video. Take care. And I think her name, let me just check quickly because I don't want to mislead anybody. And the lady, oh, it's the wrong one. Poodles. Her name is Nigeza, N-I-G-E-Z-Z-A. Nigeza Creates, and her project is more or less the same. She's used different papers and cardstock. Was from 5 years ago. So there, I hope you've had fun watching me make these. So till next time, bye.